So today I'm going to be talking about how to stay consistent with content creation through life transitions. A few months back, I actually had to take care of my grandma and help out with her knee surgery. So it was very hard to get work done, but thankfully I already had my content done. So I'm going to give a few tips today. So number one, batch create ahead of time. This only applies, of course, though, if you know that this life transition is coming up. So if you know that this is coming up and you have the time for it, definitely batch create the content ahead of time. Now, I have like a few videos on my channel that goes through how to batch. Usually I do my batch creation a month or a few months before. So script out, record, and edit the video way before time, before you know the transition is coming. And then that'll give you some leeway to still be consistent while that, transition is happening. The second thing is to actually plan your days ahead of time. So not exactly your content, but if you weren't able to get that done, then you're going to have to plan your days ahead of time, when it actually happens. So what this looked like for me was I would, plan my week out in advance and try not to put too many things on there, knowing that, I had a lot of less time than I normally had. And with that, you're going to have to know and prioritize what the most important tasks are for you to actually move the needle forward. The next thing is to give yourself grace. So if you're anything like me before that, I don't think I ever experienced anything like that before, to where my time was so limited. And, I'm so used to just being able to just like get up and go, or like just move at my own pace, which for me is kind of fast. So like having someone else to care for and, just doing that, I had to like give myself grace and tell myself that it's okay if not everything that I wanted to get done actually got done. And I had to be okay with that in the moment. Another thing is to set boundaries with yourself and also with others. So letting other people know when you're going to be recording, when you're going to be creating content, where you're going to be doing a specific thing. If they're asking you to do something while you're doing that, tell them no. It'll be okay. They can wait until later, stuff like that. And also setting boundaries with yourself. So, I'm not going to be able to, maybe go out with my friends as much, or, stuff like that. Another thing is to outsource the work if you have the means. So a great piece of advice that one of my mentors told me was not to outsource what I did best, but to outsource what took up the most amount of time and that caused me the most headache. So for me, that wouldn't necessarily be video editing all the time. For me, what that looked like was outsourcing landing page. I absolutely do not like going into my landing page or my website builder and creating websites, landing pages, and such. So for the past 5 landing pages that I've created, I've actually outsourced them, and that has helped. And then when I was going through that life transition and helping my grandma out, that actually helped me a ton, because I wasn't worried about creating landing pages. I was just able to be creative and focus on the tasks that, moved everything forward. And the last thing is to have fun and document the journey. So document this new part of your life, this new thing that you're doing. I personally love to do this because then I get to look back at the year and just be like, I did this thing. So comment down below if you are going through a big transition, or if you have before, how did you stay consistent with content, or if these tips were helpful. If you made it here to the end, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.